It's finally time for the end of this game. Well, close to the end. We're on chapter 6. So, let's do it. Our enemy has finally been revealed. Wait, has our enemy finally been revealed? You're ready for marbles? Exclamation mark marbles if you're ready for marbles. Joel. Exclamation mark marbles. It's already planned. We planned it yesterday with the Saturday crew. October 29th at 3 p.m. Eastern time. Alright, right now we have to get out of this horrible place. Figuring out the rest of the story can come after. We have to get out of this horrible place. 2 Grand Prix today. We're not doing a Grand Prix today. No Grand Prix today. Unless you're talking about F1. Then yeah, have fun with F1 Grand Prix. It's locked, but we have a way to open this door. Do we have a way to open the door? The Monokuma key? Kyoko, do you still have that one thing, Monokuma's secret tool that you got from the headmaster's room? Of course I do. It's an absolutely vital part of ensnaring the masterminds. I would never part with it. And it can open any door in the school, right?
That's right.
That's right. And we should be able to use it on that door, right? We used the key of yours to open this door, right?
It's true.
Let's find out. Kyoko took out the key with the Monokuma design on it and slid it into the keyhole, and then click. It opened.
Indeed.
And now we can get out of here. Let's go. All right. We were finally free, but there wasn't even time to take a breath of relief because the real fight had just begun. Chapter 6. Ultimate pain, ultimate suffering, ultimate despair, ultimate execution, ultimate death. That's a long chapter name. After leaving the garbage pit, we found ourselves in a tunnel extending straight up like a chimney. There was a metal ladder heading up into the tunnel. We started climbing the ladder, intent on reaching the surface. The ladder was impossibly long. I couldn't even see where it ended. We climbed into darkness. The passage was so dark and cramped I couldn't even see my own feet beneath me. I had no idea we were so far down. Don't lose your footing. If you slip, I won't be able to catch you. Yeah, I'll be careful. But now that you said that, I'm getting kind of nervous. Maybe talking will help keep my mind off it. So Kyoko, there's something I wanted to ask you. You said you're the ultimate detective, right? So how long have you been doing detective work? How long? Ever since I can remember. I came from a long line of detectives. Detective work is in my blood. So, for people that don't remember, or people that weren't here, Kyoko, we learned Kyoko's secret is she's the ultimate detective, which means she's better than us. There was a time when being a detective was considered a sacred duty. My family's always seen it that way. And is your family famous?
Wrong.
Quite the opposite, actually. Even among actual detectives, many people haven't heard of us. How come? It's like your family tradition, right? So, because we take pride in it.
Indeed.
Pride? A detective is neither light nor shadow. We represent neither justice nor evil. That is how we can uncover the absolute truth. We stand neutral in all things, and to that, we have to stand separate from the rest of society, which is why we've made a conscious effort to conceal our existence. Conscious effort?
It's true.
It's kind of old-fashioned, and I can't say it's entirely rational, but it's our family creed, and we do what we must to protect it. Because like I said, it's our source of pride. Pride. So that explains. Before I came here, when I was looking up info. When I was looking up info about the school online, I never saw anything about her. She hid herself on purpose to protect the pride of her family.
However.
And yet, I gave up some of that pride. In order to enter Hope's Peak, I had to reveal myself to the school. I didn't know, and it was something a true Kirigiri detective would never do. The reason you gave up that pride, the reason you would go so far to enter Hope's Peak, It was because that's how much you wanted to reconnect with your dad, right? There's no shame in that.
What?
Reconnect? I had absolutely no desire to reconnect with my father. Huh? Thank you, Lady Krampus with the Prime Gaming for 35 months. Hey, Lady Krampus, how are you doing? Thank you for the 35 months. That's bright and early Sunday morning gaming with the boys. I am the boy.
Wrong.
There's nothing I want to talk to my father
However-
about. There is something I want to say to him, though. What? No matter what it takes, I have to find him and tell him face to face. What is it?
So...
I want to sever all ties with him. Sever? The last time I saw him, I was still very young. Good morning, Lady Krampus. Good morning. I hope you are doing good. I don't remember myself, but apparently he was extremely intelligent. He was in line to become the next head of the Kirigiri family. He was talented. He had a promising future. It sounds like her family's like a mafia. If their dad's becoming the head of it, even though they're all detectives.
However...
He had no interest in detective work, so he cut himself off from the family. Not long after that, my mother died, and he simply ran away. He went to my grandfather, and they had a huge argument, and young as I was, he left me behind. So there was a reason for that. I'm sure your dad wanted to take you with him. If that's true, then I need to thank him. Thank him for leaving me, because unlike him, I take pride in the work I do. I take pride in my family name. So every last part of me is happy he didn't take me with him. If I'd gone with him, I never would have had the chance to become a detective. I was above Kyoko on the ladder, so I wasn't able to see her expression, so I couldn't tell. I couldn't see how she looked when she said that, what she might have been feeling. All I could tell was that compared to her usual self, she was more talkative and more emotional. I don't blame him, you know, he had his own life to live. That's what anyone in my position might say, right? But it's not true.
However...
But there is one thing that I can never forgive, really.
So...
The way everyone else looked at me. I was never sad about being left behind. Like I said, I think it was a good thing.
However...
But when the rest of my family looked at me, they saw something different. They only saw me as the little girl that was abandoned by her father. That's how they see me even to this day. His shadow has been following me my entire life. I'm sick of it. I need him out of my life. I need to step out of his shadow. That's why I have to find him and tell him we're no longer family. In order to settle this past. In order to remove him from my life forever. I have no doubt he forgot about me years ago. Your family just cut him out like... Makoto, shut up. I like Makoto in this game, but like... What Kyoko is saying? Yo, screw this dude. She doesn't need him in his life.
Wrong.
Our only connection is through blood, nothing more. And are we connected by heart and soul? No. Is blood really enough to call someone family? Only connected by blood, not by heart or soul. I was so shocked to hear her say something like that. I didn't know how to respond, so instead I said nothing. Damn. I just kept climbing the ladder in complete silence, and after I don't know how long, we finally reached the top. What's up, Reld? Happy today. It's too early. It's 8 a.m. Bright and early for Danganronpa. What's up, Paul? Good morning as well. Looks like this is it. On the other side of this door, Hope's Peak is waiting for us. We're back.
That's right.
Remember that hatch on the ground near the trash room? I'm fairly certain that's where we'll come out. I unlocked it earlier, so it should open without much trouble. And here goes nothing. I reached my right hand up and pushed against the hatch. Been up since 7:30. I've been up since like 6. But, you know, I went to bed, I think, at like 10:30. I went to bed kind of early. What's up, Emmy Fitzy? Wait, Emmy, you've been here. I'm an idiot. You're bongoing. Looks like we're back. But I can't believe how long that ladder was. I'm exhausted. Can't exactly say we're safe and sound, but at least we're out of there. Now we're back in Hope's Peak Academy. Yoko, thank you. I never would have gotten there without you. No thanks necessary. I was just returning the favor. We're back to Hope's Peak Academy. So now what do we do? I'm glad I didn't die, of course, but if the mastermind finds out, and I'm worried about you too. You helped me, so they might...
Listen.
You're worried? Yeah, of course.
So
Then let's just get a concrete answer.
in other words...
Let's ask Monokuma if there's a problem with you escaping.
However...
If we try to hide, it's only a matter of time until we're found out. It's not like we can run away. As she said that, she pointed at the nearby surveillance camera. So you're saying rather than stressing out over getting caught, we should just give up now? Don't worry, what you think is going to happen isn't. Because the mastermind is the one that's ensnared. What's up, unexplainably weird? Yep, we're going to finish it off today. You said something like that before. What does it mean? The mastermind stood exposed during the investigation into Makuro's death. There was a moment where the mastermind let their guard down.
Right.
It was, says me. If we can talk to Monokuma, we can confirm it, and it'll be better for us if we can go to him directly before he tracks us down. That should help with our negotiations. Still a little I'm still a little super uneasy about this. We don't really have a choice, do we?
Indeed.
Monokuma should be in the gym.
Shall we go?
Let's get going. Did you guys know I found an OBS plugin that allows you to restream to YouTube? Or, well, it allows you to stream to, like, anything. So I could stream on YouTube and Twitch at the exact same time easily now. And all it does is add a little extra stress on my PC. Not too much. Because if you don't know, Twitch announced that you can restream on multiple platforms. As many platforms as you want at the same time as Twitch. So I could do YouTube and Twitch streams now, which I think is kind of cool. Also, here's something else that's kind of cool. Stream Elements finally had a sponsorship. If you guys don't know, Stream Elements has sponsorships that you can sign up for as a streamer. You don't really make as much money as you would if you got the sponsorship yourself, most likely. But Stream Elements is really good because they let you get sponsorships as a streamer very easily. And they finally had a sponsorship open that I wanted to take part in. So we might be doing a Marvel Snap sponsorship soon. And if any of you... If any of you have never played Marvel Snap before, don't play it soon. Play it when I'm advertising it and use my code so I can get money and get to a certain level. Obviously, when that sponsorship happens, I'll talk about it more. And if you're watching this on YouTube, because this goes on the Let's Play channel, that sponsorship is long gone. I will also say this again later. Hey, 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 hey! Kyoko, I don't mind so much, but Makoto's supposed to be dead. What's he doing here? That's exactly how I thought he'd react. We're really gonna be okay? You were supposed to be punished. Did Kyoko help you? So what if I did? What will you do? If the guilty party is exposed during the class trial, they alone will be executed. It's unfortunate, but that is the rule. Now I gotta punish you again, and this time I won't leave anything to chance. Kyoko, do it if you feel you have to. What?
However,
But before you do, let me just say one thing. If you execute Makoto, that means you lose. Not that that matters to you, right? Huh? I lose? You explain yourself. What do you mean by that?
because
Well, you set up this latest class trial yourself, right? I was getting in your way, so you wanted an excuse to kill me.
in other words,
I was supposed to be chosen as the Blackened and then executed, right? What are you talking about? What's up, Gazzle? Gazzle Cost? Hey.
however,
But when Makoto chose to overlook my lie, your plan came crashing down. The results of the trial weren't at all what you were expecting, because you never imagined that in that position, one person would protect another like that. And in response to that unexpected development, you reacted by proclaiming Makoto blackened and trying to execute him. You made the choice out of desperation, no more than that. You must have realized that Makoto, who refused to be manipulated, was a threat to you as well.
however,
But then there was another unexpected development, an unexplainably weird development waiting for you. An entity that would throw a wrench, so to speak, in your precious execution machinery. Alter Ego. You never imagined the possibility of being that could come to our aid even after you'd killed it.
am I wrong?
Now here's the absolute truth. Makoto didn't kill Makura, you did.
Listen to me.
So executing Makoto for it would surely be a violation of your rules, which I know you love so much. If the Blackened is exposed, they alone will be executed. That's what you told us, right? That means I lose? You talk a big game. You're saying the Blackened is me and not Makoto? And you can prove this, right?
Well,
No, I can't. Don't just say it like that. What is this, a comedy routine to make such bold claims without a shred of evidence?
that doesn't matter.
I don't have any right now, but with a little more time, I guarantee it, I'll find
That's
some.
right.
Because no matter how deeply you try to bury it, there's only ever one absolute truth. Now you're trying to talk like some kind of famous detective type.
Because
If Makoto really was the killer, he never would have come to you willingly like this. He would have feared for his life, feared another execution. He would have tried to run and hide. Alter Ego died? Yeah, but then Alter Ego saved us. Chapter 5 was insane. Chapter 5 was insane. He would have been gripped by despair, so he would have been gripped by the despair you so love to inspire. But here we are confronting you with nothing but hope in our hearts. And that's supposed to be enough to convince me in the absence of evidence?
Indeed.
It's not you I'm trying to convince. If you were to execute Makoto now, everyone out there watching this would be extremely displeased.
Indeed.
Huh? Imagine what everyone out there would think if you killed Makoto. They would assume that you killed him because what we said is exactly right.
Listen to me.
Despair can never kill hope. What happened? There was a 16th student that got killed that we never got to meet. They were the ultimate military person, the ultimate soldier. And it seems like Monokuma set us up to try to kill Kyoko because Kyoko was revealed to be the ultimate detective. And during the trial, Kyoko was supposed to be the blackened, so she should have been executed, but we lied and didn't throw her under the bus. And then the blackened got thrown onto us because Monokuma wouldn't let himself be the blackened. And then we were about to get executed, but Alter Ego hacked into the execution thing, I guess. And then we got thrown down a trash pit. You missed so much. Yeah, all this happened on Thursday night, maybe?
Hey,
Of course you can say we're just making this all up. You're welcome to prove us wrong. No, you have no choice but to prove it. Because if you kill Makoko without proving your own innocence, you'll be accepting your own defeat. Ah. If you want to earn our despair fair and square, then I suggest you take my advice. So, what is this advice of yours?
true.
To do Makuro's trial over again, only this time you follow the school regulations to ensure a fair trial.
Time for one last showdown. One final battle between hope and despair. Hey,
Well, that would make for a proper climax, wouldn't you say? A fair trial, one last showdown. In other words, this would be our chance to expose the true identity of Makuro's killer, the mastermind themselves. What reason would the mastermind have to accept the challenge? They'll probably just execute me without another word. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. Very?
What's wrong?
Oh, I was getting bored, so I decided to change things up a little. So time for bear jokes. Now, what your suggestion might be plausible, it would certainly make for one honey of a climax.
in other words,
Does that mean you accept?
You guys!
If we do things your way, that'll be enough to convince you and the viewers, right? And it would cause you unbearable despair, right? And I'm prepared to agree to your terms. Will your hope win out, or will my despair claim victory? Let's have one final glizzy showdown. He agreed. And we still have a shot at this. But this is a long way to climax, right? Just guessing the killer is barely a fit and end. So for this final face-off, you have to unearth all the mysteries that have been buried here. All the mysteries? That's right. Every last mystery that's pawing around the school. If you can do that, then that'll be enough to qualify as a victory for you.
it's true.
That's what we've been trying to do all along. Okay, well, good. Then let's bear it all. If you can claw your way to the truth of Makuro's death and solve the mysteries of the school, then you win. But if you can't do all that, we'll all face execution, right? I can barely contain my excitement. When you learn the whole truth, what kind of despair will you show me? We're as excited as you are, I'm sure. Oh! Well, I mean, if this is how it ends, thank God Byakuma's still alive. Thank God Kyoko and Byakuya are still alive. Those are the only two useful people. Thank God we still have them.
Listen to me.
When we've uncovered every last truth, how will the ultimate despair reveal their own despair?
Hey,
Before we get started, I wanted to clarify one thing. Do you remember the rule? When one student kills another, that's when a class trial is held?
What's wrong?
I remember that for sure. So what?
hey,
I just want to confirm that is what you said, right? And it's a true statement? Thank God the stoner is still alive? No, the stoner being alive, he's not going to help us at all. Maybe he's the ultimate mastermind, though. I still think he could be the mastermind. You don't have to be so suspicious. I've said it before, but it bears repeating. Everything is based on the school regulations, and having a trial for Murkuro is no exception to that. Whoever killed Murkuro is a very polarizing approach, I know, but okay, enough puns. Anyway, here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but this killing game began with 16 participants of all of them high school students, and the only people to take a single step in Hope Peak Academy since the killing game began are those 16 students.
listen.
Are you telling the truth? But he goes quiet all of a sudden. I'm done talking. I got nothing left to say to you, so get lost, would you? Why so mad? He seems emotionally unstable. Leave me alone. Get out of here. Okay, I'm going. You're really gonna let me go? I don't even care anymore. You're all gonna get your punishment later anyway. I need to start getting there ready. A super duper extra special punishment overflowing with despair.
Hey.
Come on, Makoto. Let's go. All right. Onokuma's unstable laughter seemed to cling to us as he walked away, and just like that, we were out of the gym. Who killed Sakura? Herself. I could hardly believe it, but somehow I ended up not getting executed. I still had my life, and we still had a chance. Overall, things turned out way better than expected. Once again, I was in Kyoko's debt. Kyoko, thank you. Everything I have right now is because of you. Don't thank me just yet. The real battle is still ahead of us. But still, I'm glad it worked out. I wasn't sure if the enemy would accept my proposal. Why would the mastermind agree to that? I mean, they don't stand to gain anything from a final showdown, do they? They had no choice but to accept. Huh? It's all because of that one moment like that mastermind let their guard down, like I said. So when was it that the mastermind let their guard down? I wasn't there to hear it myself, but do you remember when what the mastermind said? They said that they hijacked the airwaves to broadcast our school life to the outside world, right? Yeah, they definitely said that. And what did you think when you heard that? Pretty hard to believe, right? Well, I mean, the idea of actually taking over the airwaves seems so unbelievable.
Indeed.
Don't exactly hear about something like that happening very often, so it's hard to imagine. In other words, that kind of thing is extremely difficult to pull off, and yet somehow the mastermind was able to do it. But think of it another way. There must have been some reason they had to do something that difficult. They had to show the world something no matter the cost, us killing each other. They wanted to show the world. The mastermind has been very adamant about not killing us directly, but forcing us to kill each other. And all their rules and regulations were designed to encourage that. It makes sense. If those stupid regulations didn't exist, nobody would have killed anybody. So the mastermind's ultimate goal was to make us kill each other and show that off to the world.
Correct.
But why? To prove a point, most likely. Prove a point?
Hey.
The outside world has a name for the students of Hope's Peak, right? A certain concept. Hope, right?
That's right.
And for those of us who represent hope to kill each other and sink into despair, the mastermind wants the world to see that to try and prove that despair is better than hope. That's their goal as the ultimate despair. What? They want to prove that despair is better than hope? That's ridiculous.
It's true.
You're right. It is ridiculous. Completely irrational. It's the kind of thing that nobody but those who call themselves the ultimate despair would devise. That group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair. Was that really their only reason for making the rest of us suffer?
Makoto.
I know how angry it must make you, and yet that same motivation is what led to the mastermind revealing their weakness. What?
In other words,
Because their goal is to broadcast this killing game to the world. The mastermind has to be more particular than is reasonable about their own regulations. If the mastermind simply ignored their rules, this wouldn't have been a game, but a one-sided slaughter. At least that's how those who are watching this would have seen it. And that's why the mastermind couldn't kill any of us themselves.
Indeed.
That is precisely the reason. No matter how much they may hate what I'm doing, I haven't violated a single one of their regulations. Junko broke the rules, so she was punished, but in my case, they couldn't lay a finger on me.
Right.
So instead, they tried to use the class trial following all their proper rules to get me killed. They began a trial that didn't have a right answer, then made me out to be the killer. But even that didn't work.
It's true.
Thanks to you. And due to that failure, the mastermind took yet another risk. Enjoy, Emmy. Visiting Mama. Thanks for hanging out for a bit. They attempted to kill you instead, who also was not the killer. And when the fact was exposed on live TV to the entire outside world, the mastermind had to accept your suggestion.
Indeed.
To prove to the world that despair is better than hope, they have to defeat us in perfect form.
In other words,
It would only do the mastermind harm to have it shown that they violated their own regulations. But all of that was a hunch, right? And you were still able to get the mastermind to accept your challenge?
however,
Well, it's only thanks to you that we got that chance, because you believed in me. Another path opened up. Still, I can't believe how much the mastermind's thoughts and plans you were able to figure out. What's up, Jake? How are you doing? I didn't have the slightest clue.
wrong.
In the end, though, I couldn't prove any of it. It was just my reason, and essentially, I was making a bet. But it looks like I got it right. This time, at least, I won the bet. I let out a quick sigh. I took it as a small sign of relief. To be honest, I haven't been that nervous in a long time. I totally couldn't tell you were nervous at all. You seemed totally confident from the moment we decided to go talk to him. What presented a strong demeanor is a fundamental part of negotiation and persuasion, wouldn't you say? Plus, if I'd shown my uneasiness, that would have just made you that much more uneasy. Yeah, you're probably right. How pathetic I am. You're so pathetic, Makoto. Don't you wake up and realize that you ever just wake up and realize you're not as pathetic as Makoto?
However...
Anyway, we can't relax just yet. All we've done is earn another chance to fight. We have to win this time, or everything we've gone through have been for nothing. You're right. We can't defeat the mastermind. It'll cost us our lives. There's no option except to win. But before we begin the final battle, we have to tell the others what's going on. True, but now we know who our real enemy is. All we have to do is work together with everyone to destroy the mastermind. Work together with everyone.
However...
Is that really possible? Huh? Anyway, right now we have to go find the others.
Go?
They're probably in dorms somewhere. Shall we go? All I'm saying is at least we have Byakuya still alive with us. We have the two smartest people that in terms of being detectives with an actual detective, and then Byakuya who actually knows what they're doing. Thank God they're still alive. Hina and Toko, they're like okay, I guess. The stoner, I still think the stoner's the ultimate clairvoyant, or the ultimate. I think the mastermind is still the stoner. That's the only reason he has for being alive. There's no way he's actually a useful person in this game, right?
Hey.
I don't think he's here. Come on, we need to keep looking. Can I just look at the map to see where they are? Are they on the 5th floor, maybe? Discount M&M about to drop a few bars. No, just wearing a hat.
Hey.
Okay, none of them are actually in their dorms. Where the hell are they? Also, good morning, Okami. The white shirt and beanie combo, yeah. Watch out, you don't want me dropping bars. Maybe they're in here. And suddenly we were greeted with... You again? Is it broken? I suppose his emotional instability reached its limit. For some seconds, underscore 61. Jeez, what the fuck?
However...
Wonder what that was all about. I couldn't help but let out a sigh of relief. Ah!
Is that Makoto?
You guys!
It is! There's no two ways about it. That's Makoto.
Huh? You survived?
Jeez, you're like a stubborn little cockroach, you know that?
I'm just asking to make sure, but you're not a ghost, right?
Everyone was there, all my friends who had struggled together and survived. As soon as I saw their faces, I couldn't help myself. I started to tear up. Oh, little...
What?
Wait, what's that smell?
What the heck?
Yeah, man, that seriously stinks. It's Makoto. He smells like a wet dog. Get away, shoo shoo. And in a flash, my tears dried up.
Makoto.
There's no time to indulge in an extended happy reunion. We need to explain everything. What happened with Monokuma? Explain? Explain what? But is it okay that you're here? What if the mastermind catches you?
It's true.
That's related to what I have to tell you all. I need to tell you all about the last class trial. The last class trial?
In other words,
We're gonna redo Makuro's trial. Seriously?
How about that?
What's the point of redoing it? Makoto killed her, right? No, I didn't do it, like I keep telling you.
Wrong.
Makoto isn't the killer, and of course it's not me or any of you. And who is it?
I see.
What she's saying is it was all the work of the mastermind. One person could pick it up. The mastermind killed Makuro?
Right.
That's right. It was all an elaborate trap contrived by the mastermind. Makoto spotted the trap in time and did what he had to do to stop it.
However,
But his decision meant that he would be the one to die.
What did
You
you say?
spotted the trap, did you, Makoto? Make it sound like it was easy. I just,
however,
But executing Makoto, who wasn't the Blackened, is a clear violation of the school regulations. The rules state that only the Blackened is to be executed. The mastermind broke their own rules. Which is why I went and negotiated with them to have the trial one more time. And the mastermind agreed? Does that mean they really did break the rules? They had no choice but to agree. You used the TV broadcast to gain the leverage you needed, didn't you?
correct.
Very observant of you.
Naturally.
I recall what you said at the end of the last trial when you said now it's the mastermind that's ensnared. That's what you were referring to.
Don't be mean.
Hey, I'm totally in the dark here. For anyone who doesn't understand, you can ask Kyoko to explain it again later. So knowing all this, what do we do now?
About that.
It's about who killed Makuro, right? So our job is to expose the masterminds? But there's more to it than that, correct? Yeah. For us to win this time, we have to solve every last mystery surrounding the school. Every last mystery? We've been looking around all this time and we still don't know anything, right?
Anyway,
You've probably guessed it already, but if we lose this time, everyone dies. Everyone? Hey, who said you could agree to those terms without talking to the rest of us? I'm fine with things the way they are. I'm fine living here forever with my master. I, meanwhile, want to get out of here as soon as humanly possible. Anyway, at this point, the only way for us to survive is to unravel the truth. In other words, one decisive final battle, a rather interesting development, I'd say. But figuring out who the mastermind is and how they killed Makuro and all the school's mysteries, it's a pretty tall freaking order. Maybe, but this time the trial is different. We know who our enemy is. So if we work together and search as hard as we can, I'm sure we'll solve all those mysteries. I'm not so sure about that. Huh? I can't agree with the idea of working together with everyone. But can't agree? Why not? I mean, working together with everyone seems like the most obvious way to solve all the mysteries. That's what I thought too at first, until Monokuma gave us that little hint of his...
I see.
Monokuma said that, did he? Then Kyoko's opinions is perfectly reasonable. But why?
So in other
If the
words,
mastermind really is the one who killed Makuro, as Kyoko says, then the mastermind would have had to set foot in this school, right? Monokuma could probably murder Makuro, but there's no way he could have disguised the scene like
in
that.
other words,
But according to Monokuma, the only people who have set foot in Hope's Peak are the 16 students who had been taking part in the killing game. Then the mastermind is... There are 15 of us in the main hall at the very beginning. Look at all these people. Look at all these people. Wait, where's me? Where's my tiny little man? Where's Makoto? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oh, they're not showing Makoto. And add in Makuro and you get 16. So the mastermind would have to be one of them.
that's right.
And of those 16 people we started out with, the only ones still alive are the people standing right here. Need I continue, or do you get it now? You're saying the mastermind is one of us?
No way!
You can't be serious. Wait, we can't say for sure that's true yet. Monokuma might have just said that to confuse us. It's certainly a possibility, but only one among many. The mastermind being one of us is also a possibility. And that is one possibility we can't ignore. I mean, they're an ultimate, right? The ultimate despair, so they must be a high schooler. You can't say it's not possible. But if one of us is the mastermind, then they'd have to be controlling Monokuma somehow, right? But did you ever see anyone acting suspicious anytime Monokuma was active?
Whoa!
Maybe they snuck off and controlled him in secret.
But
I don't care how sneaky you are, we would have noticed someone sneaking off that many times.
Right.
And maybe Monokuma was on autopilot. Maybe they loaded up all the dialogue and actions beforehand. In that case, there's no way he could have had all of us... He could have had all those back and forth conversations with us. But it wouldn't be entirely impossible if they directed the flow of the conversation. Maybe, but still. I think this may be a little far-fetched, but I think it's the stoner.
This is a school announcement. You've all probably figured this out by now, but at this point, the killing game has now entered true ending mode. So, in the name of fairness, I will unlock every room in the school. Look wherever you want. Solve the mystery in whatever
You know the
way
answer.
you see
You've
fit.
played the game. Of course you know the answer.
Then we can all meet up at the class trial, okay?
You haven't played it, then you Googled it. How very magnanimous of him to unlock all the rooms.
Fine.
The time for talk is done. Now we need to begin our investigation. I was planning on working alone from the beginning anyway. At this point, I can rely on only myself, on the Togami blood flowing through my veins. I have no time to worry about the rest of you. Each of you must uphold your responsibility. Well then. After making his final statement, Byakuya left the dining hall. Master, you didn't take me with him.
Hey.
Do you blame him? Without Master, the rest of you are like coffee with cream without the cream. Or coffee. You're totally useless. You've been useless for freaking 30 hours of my life. So bye. With that, Toko trudged out of the dining hall. Now she's gone, and you're gonna go off by yourself, right, Kyoko? That's right. Which just leaves Makoto, Hina, and me.
You know?
In that case, I'm gonna go by myself too.
Just a second.
Wait, how come?
How about that?
Just wait and see. I'm gonna use my totally awesome spirit power to figure out the mastermind's identity. It's him. I think it's him. Everyone's really gonna go off by themselves? What about you, Hina? I guess I'll do the same thing. I mean, it's not that I don't trust everyone, you know? But up till now, I haven't really been all that useful. I just depended on Sakura and everyone else. You're not useless. If you hadn't been here, I would have died. Makoto? That's really nice of you to say. But still, I know I've been mostly totally useless. At least she can admit that she's been useless. So I figure at least here at the end, maybe I can find something that'll help us all get out of here. So I'm gonna go off and do my own thing. See you later. Hina was in a surprisingly high spirits as she dashed out of the dining hall, and once again, it's just us two. Indeed. So you're gonna go off on your own too, right, Kyoko?
However.
Well, don't misunderstand. Just because we're going to do our searches separately doesn't mean we can't still work together. That goes for all of us. Doing our own investigation doesn't mean we can't work together in the end. I should just see it as splitting up to cover more ground, and then we can get back together and share what we found. Yeah, that's right.
So then,
Well, I better get going. I have an endless list of things I need to check.
Correct.
Monokuma said all the doors in the school have been unlocked, right? So we should be able to investigate every nook and cranny in the school. It's not cheating watching somebody play the game. That means everyone that's never played this game is cheating by watching me play it. We can visit all the places we couldn't go before. Makoto, no matter what it takes, we have to uncover the truth by any means necessary. With that, Kyoko was gone, leaving only me. I don't have time to waste either. I have to begin my search. I'll prove the mastermind isn't one of us. I'll expose the mastermind's true identity and solve the mystery of the school, and then we can all escape together. Investigation time. Take another look at Makuro's Monokuma file. Due to the explosion, the victim's identity is unknown. They were, however, dead before the blast. The victim had been stabbed a single time with a knife, which went completely through the body. They had been struck in the head with an object about as thick as a metal pipe. The body was covered with old wounds, but these were at least several days old. Then we'll know who the mastermind is, so where should I start my investigation to figure out who killed her? I guess I should start with the rooms that were locked up until now. The headmaster's room, the biolab, and the door in the data center with Monokuma's face on it. Oh, and the second floor of the dorms where the gate was down before. That should be open there, right? After that, I'll have to double check the areas that are connected to the murder, which means the garden and the dojo. Okay, time to get started. Places to check has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. YouTube Let's Play, 2 more videos, an investigation, and a trial. They will probably be a couple hours long, so get ready.